What's up, Odd Nation? Welcome back to the podcast, Odd Nation Podcast. It's been 6 months since the last time I sat here and did a podcast, but that will not happen again. We are going to be releasing a new episode every Friday. This is not Friday, but from here on out, we will be releasing a new episode every Friday. We're just doing a short one today. Show our faces here and tell a crazy story. You guys are not going to believe this, and I think this is a really important episode. I'm always inspired by people who are trying to make a big difference in the world, doing things for the earth. Obviously, we need the earth, and I came across a crazy story, and I'm going to go over this with you because I think that this is like almost breaking news, but for some reason nobody else is looking at it like this, and I want to know what you guys think. So without further ado, we're going to just jump straight into what we have here today. So again, I was, always getting inspired by those kinds of stories. And then I came across this, what was called the Orange Peel Project. Now listen to this story. Two people, Daniel Jansen and Winnie Hallwax, in 1997, they approached an orange juice company by the name of Del Oro with a proposition. So this young man, young woman, they go and they approach this orange juice company, and basically they're like, because the orange juice company Del Oro, they owned a lot of land around the Guanacaste Conservation Area in Costa Rica. They owned a bunch of land around it. So the deal was they offered them a proposition, which is a really weird proposition, that if they donate a piece of their land of the conservation area, just one little specified little corner, they will dispose of all of their orange peels for free and to a good cause. So Del Oro agreed to this deal. I mean, why not? It's just a little piece of land, right? So fast forward, what they do, because they're trying to run a study in what orange peels can do for the environment and can do for the grass and can just do if you just throw them back and let them deteriorate with the earth. So they go and they throw 1,000 truckloads or 12,000 tons of orange peels down into lifeless soil. And they just completely trounced the area that was donated to them in orange peels. Within 6 months of dropping the orange peels, the first thing that they had noticed was the dirt went from very crispy, hard, lifeless looking dirt to big, floofy, brown, good looking dirt. But shortly after this, they had to shut down the project. A competitor of Del Oro, the orange juice company, by the name of Tico Fruit, sued Del Oro for defiling a national park, which was dropping the orange peels on the national park. With that being said, the project was scrapped and they just had to completely leave it. And then shortly after that, the island, or the national park itself, was vacated and left unattended to. So now, fast forward almost 2 decades later, because this took place in 1997. Fast forward to 2013. Someone who's trying to run a study who knows about the Orange Peel Project decides that they want to go back to Costa Rica near the Guanacaste Conservation Area and see what has came all these years later of the orange peels. And what they found was astonishing, to say the least. First off, I'm just going to pop up a before and after picture right here for the listeners. You guys should look it up, the before and after of the Orange Peel Project. But to make things clear, the soil was unbelievably rich. They said the soil was much richer and filled with life. The trees had much more biomass, and there was a much broader diversity of trees in the specified area where they dropped the orange peels. And they're comparing it to a spot right next to it, not some faraway place. They're comparing it to another spot of the Guanacaste Conservation Area where they didn't drop the the orange peels. But they said the much broader diversity of trees, including a fig tree so big that 3 people couldn't wrap their arms around it. It's unbelievable, the magic that just the Orange Peel Project did. When asked about it, science pretty much suggests that what's going on with the orange peels and what it's doing is basically, like we talked about, enriching the soil and preparing the soil to give much fuller and better life to the things that grow from it. And B, it suppresses invasive grass and weeds to make sure these things can grow healthy and without a problem. Okay? So I don't know. Maybe I'm losing it. Maybe this is not as crazy as people think, but this is crazy to me. This is like a magical and free cure to certain parts of the earth. And this is just orange peels. Who knows what avocado peels can do? Banana peels. This is crazy. I think, me personally, we should make a rule where peels, fruit peels, go back to where they came from, the ground. We should, there's recycling, there's garbage, and then there should be peels. And then that just gets dumped over greenlands, something like that. This study right here should not go unnoticed. And it seems like it has, considering it took place in 2013. So with that being said, I don't want to let this go. This is crazy to me. So this is movement number one. Movement number one towards the future of everyone using their peels to help give it back instead of throwing it away. You've seen it here first. Pretty much a new episode 1. This is pretty much episode 1 since our last episode was like 6 months ago. Again, we're going to be posting every Friday. So after this, don't worry about it. But going back to what I was just saying, right here, you heard it. Orange Peel Project needs to live on. So I thought it would be a perfect thing to talk about in our bounce back video. And without further ado, don't be afraid. Go tell your friends about this. Go share this to your friends. Go tag people. And let me know if I'm onto something here. Let me know if I have a good idea. I'm telling you, there's no way this can't be a good idea. If these are the results, I mean, it's almost common sense to me. But yeah, let's make a movement about this. Other than that, I appreciate everyone for listening. Again, we're going to be up Friday once again on all streaming platforms and YouTube. Do not worry. This is going to be the biggest, baddest, and best podcast out there soon enough. Without further ado, like I always say, I appreciate everyone for listening. I love you guys. Time is the most valuable thing. You giving your time here means the absolute world to me. And other than that, like I always say, don't get even, get odd. We'll see you on the next one. Bye!